Hello everyone, welcome back to Roll. Last time we did a 5-die 7s and clovers method to build up a very high score, all things considered, and then we did it again with the times 10 and times 50 numeric only multipliers. And so what I want to try and do today is an adaptation of that, where instead of having 5 dice, we get to 9, so we're still going to benefit from the square number, or rather, we will benefit from the square numbers multiplier, rather than the factor 50 multiplier being times 10 for 5 dice. It will be times 5, I think, for 9 dice. And then I want to build up to a Yahtzee of 7s, with multiple of those 7s being underneath, or on top of rather, 5 voids, so that we can end up with multiple voided 7s being rolled into a Yahtzee all at the same time, and see how that compares for our scoring. So the very first thing we're going to need to do, of course, is build up a face to 97, as is basically tradition at this point. I don't know if others are doing 2 97s, which used to be more the standard, but I find doing 1 is just about sufficient enough without worrying too much about min-maxing the early game. Several patches ago, it was a lot easier to get to 97s before continuing on, but I can't imagine spending all of the extra rolls to do a second 97 when we're going to do a set all die faces 97s 2 shops later. But how have you guys been? I know I haven't been putting as many hours into Roll as I would like. Unfortunately, the world has been busy, as it often always is, but I'm very excited that in just about 3 weeks from when this video comes out, actually starting on Good Friday at Easter, if that's a holiday or a date in your calendar that you recognize, I have 19 days away from my jobby job, because I've been covering some work for a gap in our rota of colleagues after some people left and some other people haven't been trained yet, so things have been a bit hectic, but I'm going to have 19 days to sit around and do whatever I want away from work, which means I'm going to be making so many videos I can't even possibly begin to imagine. So if there's anything you would like to see, any builds, strategies, different games, anything that you think, yeah, I'd like to see Gothic's perspective on that, let me know, and maybe I will be able to find it before then. But for right now, we are building right up close to our 97. We haven't seen any re-rollers, so we're just going to be working with our basic numbers until we can find another re-roller on one of the other shops. Going to avoid the incrementer just because I don't want to get to 99 on any of my faces, and a +4 will get us to 97 here. And let's just grab a +3. In all likelihood, this won't survive to continue to be a 7 on this die, but it doesn't hurt for it to be there. We'll upgrade the shop. Before we refresh, let's get another +3 over here for a 7 there. And you know what? I'm going to do one more, just because I can. Alright, then we can refresh, and we get to our tier 2 shop. Don't want any of this in particular, but we can upgrade to tier 3. And fortunately, there is enough stuff here on this tier of shop that we can go add a +5. Put that on the 2 over here for a 7. And I don't think we need another face for a 7 right now. So now we want a decent multiplier on the 97 itself. And I want a 6 times reroll. None of these are the thing I need. Come on, game. A 6 times 2 reroll, please. Sometimes you just have to ask nicely. and you get what you need. So that's going to go on there, so we get those bigger numbers, creating more value for us. Then we're going to upgrade the shop again to the 4th tier of shop. And on that extra dice, we still have a +6 here, which we can use on the 1 to make a 7 there as well. Refresh here, and now we unlock our passives. And amazingly, we get lucky 7s immediately, which is one of the things that we're going to need to make this whole strategy work. So lottery faces we don't care about, but numeric 7s and 77s are worth 77 times more when orthogonally adjacent to a 4-leaf clover. Now that is important. So how do we want to build out this as fast as possible for score? Because there's a lot of stuff on this particular shop that we do want. So we want the clover, of course. I want the 6 times attached rerolls. We want lucky 7s, and we want prime bonuses for an extra 300%. And we want the shop refresh generator. So let's start with 6 times extra rerolls. We'll put that just here because this one has 2 7s on it, which the other dice currently don't. Then let's grab lucky 7s. It's going to be a lot of rolls at this particular stage. I would have loved to have gotten set all die faces for the 97s first, but we can't be so lucky. Then let's grab prime bonus plus 300%. Of course, 97 is a prime number, as are all the 7s that we've created, and the 5s and the 3s that exist naturally. Then I'm going to take a shop refresh generator, because we're going to need to refresh a lot in search of things like clovers and the passives that we're specifically going to need. And so what I'm going to do, now that we have a shop refresh over on that die, I'm going to put a clover over here as well for now. We can move those off and things later on if needs be. And that is everything on this tier of shop that I specifically did want. Right, here, scavenger is not bad. This gives us an extra reroll every 25 rolls, an extra shop refresh rather. I should try and use clear language. And there is a void, which we do want, but we haven't had chance to settle die faces on that center die yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the void, and I'm just going to put it up here with this 7. And we'll start building that one out with individual voids. Let's grab scavenger. Hopefully it's not too many rolls. Then fewer than 6 dice bonus would be good, but we're going to come out of fewer than 6 dice to 7 or 6 dice and more on our way up to 9, and then that's not going to be worth any scoring to us. So it's going to inflate our scoring early and not contribute to our scoring later, and that's something that I'm going to try and avoid. I will take another ×3 here and just throw it on numbers in the center. Can't believe we have not seen a set all die faces yet. That's what I'm really looking to see above anything else right now. So I'm just going to hunt that down as a priority, I think. Although, re-rolling 3 times, I will grab. There's another void there. I will try and grab that as well. Let's get the shop refresh adder re-rolling in triplicate. Let's grab another void for the die we are manually building out with voids. Let's put a 5x on that 7. Then we could go no 99s 200%. We just want to keep our passive scoring helping, but not being excessive too early. Finally, we see a settle die faces. Glad to have that. There was a clover there as well. So we're going to set all this to 97. Grab the clover, stick that over here. Now, those clovers aren't actively adding to the value of a 7 currently, but they can't really do that until we move some stuff around. But I am going to pick up a void die here. This is going to mean rather than having to get a 7 onto a die and then buy 5 voids, it's just going to give us those 5 voids face immediately. Then we can just put a 7 into the spare slot. So that's going to be 260,000, 240. Now we want to move a 7 onto that as soon as possible, but 29 for now is just fine. I think 29 is prime. Doesn't divide by 7, doesn't divide by 9, doesn't divide by 3. I think it's prime. We don't need more passive scoring just yet. I would love to see more shop refresh generators, and the game gives us one immediately, which is lovely. Let's grab that. Should have done the 6 because, of course, 5 is prime and 6 is not. Numbers fewer than 13 get 500% extra value. Could pick that up as well. And then I think I'm going to try and hold off on grabbing scoring bonuses for a while because I think we've had plenty. Right, let's settle die faces to this guy over here, I guess. I should have moved one of the 7s off of it first. Damn. Alright, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. We can steal this 7 that's just sitting around there. Put it on the die with the voids. We can grab this void. Stick it up here on the 6 because the 6 is not prime. We can get something re-rolling in duplicate. Why not that? Don't need fewer than 6 die. Don't need runs. A 4x multiplier is fine. We'll stick that over here. Right, we've got more shop refresh adders. We've got more clovers. At some point, we are going to need to buy a few more dice because we're going to get 1 from our final upgrade in the shop. Then we need to buy 3 more if we're to make it to 9. And we are going to need dice to put clovers and 40 and shop refresh adders on. So this is not really what I want out of a die to be buying, but with these being presented to me right now, we could put them both on here, but I'd rather start working towards having 1 die full of shop refreshers and 1 die full of clovers. So I'm going to buy a 6's die. It's not very exciting, but that's fine. Then give me the shop refresh adder onto here. Give me the clover onto here. And move this clover over to there. And what we can also do is die swap the 97s with this die of clovers, so those clovers can start being orthogonally adjacent to more important things. We just had a very big roll for 5 million. That's going to impact our scoring quite considerably. Don't need any of the rest of this stuff. So stuff immediately got far more expensive. But that's fine. We can deal with that. Another void up there. Reroll in triplicate for something that's not currently. Let's get you rerolling in triplicate. We don't need more passive scoring currently. We've got nowhere to build extra 7s with these small addition numbers. So I think we'll just refresh again. There's another void die. I will happily buy that for what is going to be 1 or 2 extra rolls worth of earnings. That saves me buying 5 more voids later down the line. And there we have the number 43. So we need to upgrade our shop once more for a die, and then get 1 more purchase of a die somewhere along the line. Let's move this clover over to there. A 4x is just fine. We are going to want to get to a point where we have combined face multipliers, so we can get those to start getting towards 99 times when they combine. But the rest of this, again, not stuff we need. There is a couple of 10s, which is great. A triple reroll is good, and another shop refresh. So give me the triple reroll first. Right, let's get that rerolling in triplicate. Give me a 10x for the 43. Give me a 10x for this 7. Give me a shop refresh adder for the shop refresh adder die. I don't want to mess around with glue yet. Don't have any weights or anything to concern ourselves with. Now we could get square quantity bonus because we're going to work up to 9 dice, and we're not going to pass through a number of dice that is a square number smaller than 9 because we already have a number bigger than 4. Whereas say I was working up to a plan where I had 16 or 25 dice and I hadn't passed through 9 dice yet, we're going to get to 9 dice, increase our scoring considerably with the extra 100%. Then as soon as we go up to 10 dice, we'll lose that extra scoring. So that would be an occasion where I want to avoid square quantity bonus. But right now, considering it's fairly cheap and it's not going to impact our scoring yet, we won't pick it up because the cost of things in the shop directly correlates to the total number of points earned over the lifetime of the game. I'll grab a 4x and just throw that on a random 7. What I would like to see more of is moving a die face off, because I'm going to need eventually to get this to be a 7. I'm going to need a 7 on here to set that to being all 7s later, but we haven't seen much of that yet. We could upgrade the shop right now and get our next die. It's not a bad time for it. Let's do that. Then we'll grab a +4 on the 3 of that die to make a 7, and then we will settle die faces to make all 7s there. Then the rest of this, I guess we'll take a ×3 just because it's very cheap. There's reroll everything in twice duplicate. We'll pick that up for our new die. We need a couple more voids. Top 3 is going to be massive for us, but it's not quite what I'm ready for yet. I'll take an extra 500% on primes though. There's another void die. Are we happy just buying that for our last die? I think I am. So now we have 9 dice. So we need to start manipulating the dice position in relation to the clovers in the center. And we need to start filling out the last of the numbers for the plan that we have. None of this is stuff I want really. We could think about times 10 previous roll multipliers, but instead we're going to use the times 60 numeric values. There's swap a die, so we want this die with voids on it to go next to the clovers. There's 10 times numeric values only, but I don't think we want that this early. There's double highest die as well. We can grab that one. Grab a 5x because it's cheap. Stick it on some numeric face around the place. I just really want to see more move die faces. That's what I need most right now. There is Yahtzee bonuses. That is what we're working up towards with... We've got 2 dice full of 7s. We're planning to have 4 dice of voids with a 7 on them. So hopefully, in time, even though we might not roll all of our dice voids with 7s immediately, we will be able to eventually just get some of those contributing to a Yahtzee with the dice that always roll 7s. That's the plan, at least. Do we have anything that's not re-rolling at least in duplicate yet? No, everything's rolling twice. We need something re-rolling in triplicates. Give me a 10x for the number on this void die. We could pick up a triple bonus though. That's going to help contribute a lot. And do we grab the Yahtzee bonus right now? Sure, I might regret it. We'll pick up single group effect, pick up doubles because we can. And our scoring has become very large very fast, and I may well regret this, buying too much stuff I don't need too early. Let's get that re-rolling in triplicate. Where are all of the move a die face, you know? Give me primes re-roll in triplicate, just because that's going to help in some cases. We can take a 10x. That doesn't do us any harm to just have somewhere. No weights 100% and no 99s 100% are also really good, but not things that we need right now. You can start re-rolling in triplicate. That doesn't hurt me too much. Once we've got everything re-rolling in triplicate and a passive re-roller in triplicate, we can start using glue to our advantage as well. There's numbers less than 13, an extra 1000%, but I don't think, again, we need that much passive scoring this early. Still need more clovers. I still want to be able to move some stuff. There's combine face multipliers, additive attached multipliers. Attached multipliers no longer replace existing attached multipliers. Instead, when placed on the same die face, they will be added together up to 99 times. That is one of the huge things that we need. So now we can pick a 7. We're going to go with this guy here on the voided die. And we're going to take this 10 up to times 99 is the plan anyway. There's a shop refresh adder. I'll grab that very quickly. Stick that on shop refresh adder die. Then these 4x's are going to contribute to that 99 goal on that bottom die. Once we have it on the bottom die, we will seek out doing it on alternate die as well. There's a 10x, that's really strong. No 99s reroll twice universal is Not bad. I prefer the weights, but for 3 rolls, we'll buy that. It's mostly because at some point we're going to have numbers down with glued faces, and we want to ensure they're always re-rolling. We can move a whole dice, which we need to do. We want to make sure that this void die is over here. So now we have all the die with voids adjacent to the die with clovers. The rest of this is not stuff we need. I can't believe we're not seeing those move die faces anywhere. Reroll in triplicate somewhere. That'll do nicely. That's a +7, not a numeric 7, so that doesn't help me create 7s on one of the dice that doesn't currently have it. Plus 4x on our big guy at the bottom. There's plus 10x as well. The value of all rerolled dice will be increased by 50%. I'll grab that. I'm going to hold off on taking top 3 though. I think that's going to increase our score too much too fast. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shop weight here. After purchasing a shop weight, the next item purchased from the shop, which is not a passive ability, will be more likely to appear in the shop's stock in future, can be applied to the same item multiple times. So I'm going to buy that, and then I'm immediately going to buy this face swap, so that I'm more likely to see face swaps in the future, so that I can start manipulating where these 7s are in relation to all the other dice. Rest of this we don't need. There's Passive Hunter. 130 billion. Well, give me a void face first, since we can already afford that. We'll stick that on this 5 here, and that die is now done apart from the attached multipliers. 130. It's a lot, but it's not too excessive. 2x for down here. Now we've got lots of die swaps that we don't need, but we do still need face swaps. So this die is happy, this die is happy, this die needs a 7 on it. Don't need any of the rest of this stuff. We're definitely not ever going to get to having 100 die or playing lottery faces, so those don't matter to me. Set all die faces somewhere. We could do it up here on the 7s again. I don't see any reason not to do that right now. $3x more down here. 3x more again. That's up to 52 times now. Now we could consider taking some more passive scoring. Is it time to take 10 times numeric only? Not yet, because this is going to stop our shop refresh adders working, and I still want shop refresh adders for a little while longer. So what else do we need? We've got this is done, this is done, this is done. If I could just move this 7 to the bottom of the die, it would be a waste of like a few million points, but it would make me happy. I would like another shop refresh adder over here, or I could just put a 7 on there. And then when we stop doing shop refresh adders as a scoring multiplier, we could have a die of 7s as well. That doesn't hurt me in any way. So right now, none of this is stuff I need. There's no weights reroll in triplicate, which is kind of the ultimate in re-rolling technology. I did flag that 10x there. Shop refresh adder is now being presented to me right when I said I don't think I need one more. So how hard is it to get to 1.8 trillion? Just crossed our halfway mark in all of our rolls. There's 1.8 trillion. I'm going to skip the shop refresh generator. I don't think we need it right now. Single group effect for an extra 500% is pretty good going. But now my scoring has stalled somewhat. I think we need to start utilizing glue in as many places as possible, because we've just burned through like 600 rolls very quickly. So, game, I will take all of the glue you have, please. Also, with 50 shop refreshes now, I think we're going to be okay. Still trying to get that up to 99. We can move a 7 across to somewhere. Can't believe we haven't seen any more clovers either. That's probably hurting me quite a lot, my lack of current clover coverage. Don't need any of this. 3x is not massive, but it's one roll. That's up to 70 now. Another 5. Yeah, we're spending a lot of rerolls now for relatively little gain. So I want to see some more clovers. There's one. I want to see some more glue. There's 50 times numeric multipliers. That's going to be massive for us. So tell you what, give me that there. Set that bottom left die to be all 7s. Goodbye shop refresh multipliers. Set this top left die to be all 7s again. Then there's nothing here that I want to buy, but we will get to numeric only multipliers for 7 trillion, I think that was. And once we get to that, we should have a much easier time scoring well in our last 700 rolls. Factor 50 multiplier immediately is really good, because it should be much easier to earn that many points, because we've just increased our scoring capabilities considerably. There's another clover, which is great to see. Do I need to move anything to another die right now? I think the only thing left to move would perhaps be moving a 7 over to this die, and then setting all of those to be 7s as well at the next opportunity. We can cleanse shop now. Remove all shop weights everywhere. Any item affected by a shop weight that is reduced in the shop will have its cost reduced to 1. Additionally, all future shop weights will be more effective. Every shop weight purchased makes this item more likely to appear. Although that's ludicrously expensive. And at the moment we just have 1 giving us the move die faces. So let's not buy that right now. There's a 10x. And a glue. So what we're going to do now is down here on this face, all of these are re-rolling in triplicate, so we're going to stick glue on there, so when that 7 appears, that 7 will stay face up for the remainder of the rolls on that particular rolling occasion. Let's grab no weights plus 100%. We now basically don't have any reason not to pick up as many good passives as we can find on every occasion. 10x more here gets that to 99. We can start focusing on a different 7. There is just a numeric number 7. The thing that would have been super useful a super long time ago. Bogo, it's a bit late for you, buddy. No 99s, an extra 100%. Absolutely. 10x more. Yes, please and thank you. Another 10x more. We've still got some passives to find, I think. Normally you have about 3 full pages of scoring passives if everything's going well, or 3 full lines. What we haven't got yet, I believe, is a Yahtzee modifier bonus, which we definitely do want. Glue on your rerolling in triplicate, so glue on you. There's top 3. We can buy that one now. That's going to have a huge impact on our scoring. Don't need any of this. There's numeric only multipliers times 10. We already have times 50, but 10 more is obviously massive to us. 4x on this guy. And another. That puts it up to 52, 53, something like that. Numbers less than 13, 1000%. That is all the 7s that we have in play being less than 13. We're up to E16 on our scoring. Oh, there. I thought this was all voids and not a 7, but no, it's just 7s and this needs to be a 7. So we need to reset that the next chance we get, but that is not the highest priority. I would still love another clover for the center, of course, because that is 1 in 6 rolls that are not being worth the extra clover values. Don't need any of this stuff. Another 10x on there. It'd be amazing if I could make one of this die and then just copy it 4 times rather than having to build up to 99 4 times, but that's going to be much harder to pull off, I think. Right. Gluing something. Gluing you, absolutely. Don't need evens or 5s because we're working with exclusively 7s now. $10x more. That's up to about 78, I think I saw there. We can settle die here, get rid of that 97. That's fine by me. Numeric reroll chain. On a reroll, if the rerolled face and the previous rolled face are both numerics, the value of the previously rolled face is added to the current face. Additive effect. I think that's good for us. Don't need any of that. Don't need any of this either, although 3x is 3x. That puts us up to 81. 2 10s on there will be all done on that side. Still haven't seen Yahtzee bonuses yet, which are really one of the things that I was counting on making this scoring much better than previous. We don't need non-numeric group effects because, of course, we are only scoring with numeric numbers. Glue for that guy there is important. 5x puts us onto 90 there, so 1 10x would put us up to 99. Or 2 5x's, I suppose. put something smaller over here, just so we don't accidentally go way over. I'm going to buy this numeric 7 and stick it there. Don't need any of this. I just can't believe we haven't seen the Yahtzee bonuses yet. That's on exactly 99. That's good to see. Numbers divisible by 5, fewer than 6 dice. Now we start building up on the other 7. BOGO, Yahtzee rerolls. There's a clover, thank goodness. There's a 10x for over here. Yahtzees get an extra 1000%. Thank you ever so much, game. And square numbers get an extra 200%. This is what we like to see. Glue somewhere, probably. You're glued, you're glued, you're glued, you're glued. A 7 that has a large numeric multiplier on it anywhere else. 10 there. I don't think we need more glue now. I think there is still a Yahtzee 500% bonus we don't have, perhaps. But now the remainder is just hoping that our rolls get lucky and that we have more of our voided 7s appear to contribute to those Yahtzees. So we're at E17 now. I imagine we can get to E18 with relative ease. After that, I don't know. Can't do anything with wilds or the like because, of course, wilds aren't worth anything in our scoring because we only score with our numeric faces at the moment. That's lottery failure rerolls. Only numeric multiplier squared. If the most common rolled numeric is the only rolled numeric, then multi-numeric multipliers. We don't have any multi-numeric multipliers, so we don't need to worry about that. Getting closer to 99 over there, which is what we like to see. Don't need lottery stuff, don't need 100 dice bonus. Do want another 5 times though. Extra 50% for doubles. I guess there are occasions where we'll have 5 dice being used in a Yahtzee and then the other dice might contribute to a double. That's at 82. $85, $89. One more 10x there gets us to 99 there. We can start focusing on that top die instead. The value of all rerolled dice will be increased by 100%. Yes, absolutely, please and thank you. That's a big one for us. 645 rolls remaining. There's a points for triples. I'll grab that as well. 5x can go to the 89. Then we just need another 5x. We are running low on shop refreshes, and of course we're only going to get them now from Passive Hunter and Scavenger. Because we got rid of our shop refresh adders. But hopefully we are nearing a time where we're not going to need shop refresh adders anymore for the really important stuff. I think there might still be a... Oh, is that Yahtzee 500%? And then somewhere else is Yahtzee 1000%. We do have both of those. Okay. We have top 2. We have... sorry, top 3. We have doubled highest die. We have factor 50 multiplier. So I think we have most of the big passive scoring stuff. A couple of 10x's right now, though, is very nice to see. We don't take all quantities times 2 because this would double our current number of dice from 9 to effectively 18, which is not going to play ball with factor 50 multiplier because it's going to be 50 divided by 18 instead of 50 divided by 9. There's the last of our free shop refreshes. We can get more, but they're going to be fewer and further between now. And so at this stage, I think I'm just going to roll and do my refreshes when I get them for free. And if we see a really good passive, consider picking it up. But otherwise, for the most part, we're just going to be rolling down now to see what kind of score we can earn. 10x, I will grab, stick up there, 5x to go along with it. I don't think I'll get that one to times 99, but we'll see how we go. Fewer than 6 die doesn't mean anything to me. An extra 3x, sure. $99.99s is obviously not something that we can have with 9 dice of 7s. Right, we've hit E20, which is nice to see. I'm going to keep trying for that times 99 up top, just on the off chance that we manage it. We are at E20 currently. That is good going. I can't remember where we ended the last one, but we'll soon see if our high score is bigger. I never realized, up here in the top right corner, you can hover the score and it will say rolled 9 total die. The first highest was die 2 with 7.08 to the E17. Second highest, third highest, the total score for this roll was. So that's really cool. I think it's highlighting, I can't see the top of the stuff. But this is die 1, die 0, and I can't tell which are which otherwise, but that's fine. We currently need a shop refresh. There's another times 10. That puts it on 74. So, do we think we're going to get to E21 or not? I'm not convinced we will. For how many rolls we have left. I think the mid-E's, the mid-E20s are where we're most likely to round out, I think, with 300 rolls remaining. Yeah, 100 rolls gets us to approximately one higher number, so we're probably going to end up at 5.x something to the E20. I did not flag anything, so we've just been rolling past a bunch of stuff. But none of this is basically stuff I would have really worried about buying anyway. I'm not going to buy the extra 4x at this point. I think we've hit the point of diminishing returns. So just seeing if there's any game changer passives in the last 125 rolls, but I can't imagine that there will be, really. .1, 4.3, 4.5, and that is the last shop refresh we're going to get. 4.8 to the E20. What did we finish on last time? 1.4 to the E20. So we quadrupled our score, which is good going, even though they seem so close together at E20. 4.8 is much larger than 1.4. How does that do us on the leaderboard? Is it going to load? We'll give it a minute. Hopefully, oh, there it is. 22nd currently. As ever, a bunch of the folks from the Discord love to see it. And we are down here among quite a few E20s and some low E21s. So with some refinement, we can get back up into the top 20, I think. But for right now, any high score, I would say, is a success. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.